And
That's
just
usually me.
You know,
I love that stuff.
Not thinking?
Yeah.
It is the 15-minute morning show podcast. Here we are. Ooh, with one empty microphone. Bum, bum, bum. Sponsored by Nike.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Gandhi will be joining us in a moment, but there's Froggy. Hi, Frog.
Hello.
There's Scary.
Hi.
What are you doing, Scary?
I'm putting something in Gandhi's chair.
That picture is just something.
It's like she's here with us.
It's a placeholder.
Hello, there's Scotty B at Master Control. Hi, Scotty. There's Danielle, and there's Dave Brody, and there's Garrett, and there's Straight Nate.
Hello.
And here we are. I'm the host, Elvis Duran. Welcome. So I wasn't here for the 15-minute morning show podcast yesterday. Anything good come from that mess?
Well, we ended it with the problem we had with the oven. The Brody putting his sausage. Were you a part of this conversation, Elvis?
Yeah, I heard he put his chicken patty on the grill. And
his oily patty.
And it was unanimous that Brody was in the wrong to do so.
Okay, well.
But Brody said it wouldn't have mattered what he did. He would have been in the wrong.
Well, first of all, it wasn't unanimous. Scary agreed with me.
No, then he recanted, if I remember correctly.
He did.
I did recant.
He was half in. He said he was half in.
We also got into a fight because I was trying to get Nate to take off his mask.
Yeah, we got into a fight about that.
Oh, yeah, we got into a fight about that.
You know what? You did say something earlier that kind of I was a little uneasy with, Scary.
Oh, me? What?
Yeah, when Nate wasn't sitting there, we were talking about the mask. You looked over toward where he sits, you said these words. You went, "Ugh, this poor guy. Ugh."
Well, I feel bad. I feel bad because he got COVID back like 2 weeks ago now, and it's day 12 of him wearing a mask.
You're kind of mask shaming a little bit.
No, I feel bad. No, I feel bad because
no. You were definitely mask shaming.
Like, I want to. Yeah, I am at this point. Yeah, I am. I'll get into it because. Quite honestly, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's like Linus in a security blanket at this point. It's serving no purpose. We're 15 days in, and I want to see your smiling face. I miss it. I miss your face. I miss your.
By the way, that time gets longer every time Scary mentions it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's 47 days in.
It's like,
It's been 3 years since he's been wearing the mask.
This is dumb. This is dumb. Okay.
Well, it'll come off tomorrow. Does that make you feel any better?
It's people that say the words dumb. And you make them feel bad about it. I think that's kind of fucked up.
And well, let me reiterate. It is my opinion that it is. I think it's dumb personally.
Okay.
We'll leave it there.
Okay. That really eases it all.
It serves no purpose.
Right. All right. Oh, Gandhi, sorry, you missed Scary calling Nate dumb for wearing a mask.
Scary and I have gone at it about this topic for an hour and a half at dinner one day. It's just, we can't go down this path.
We don't agree. We don't agree with each other. We're on opposite sides of this.
They see to disagree.
Elvis, I'm not going to get into specifics, but launching from that conversation, Scary and I got into a conversation that was very opinionated, like this. And I said my opinion based on what I thought was, science. And he said, you know what I think? And I said, Scary, we're friends. Let's keep it that way. Don't tell me what you think. And I walked out of the studio.
Well, I know. But to be fair, you should hear what he has to think.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell him what you think, you owe it to him.
It shouldn't be one-sided.
It isn't what I think. I was telling Scary what experts think. And he's like, well, I think differently.
And there are other experts that disagree with that. So,
but Scary, it's the way you shame.
Yeah.
Look, no one has called you dumb for not believing in masking, but you called him dumb. You see what I'm saying? It's not even. Your argument is a little more negative and a little more
Well, the
insulting.
other thing Scary did today, we were talking about the greatest TV show of all time, right?
Right.
And Gandhi and I are of the same frame of mind. We're like, Sopranos, probably the best show ever made. So then Scary and Brody bring in their suggestions, which they're totally entitled to. However, Scary uses the argument of, I took a mass communications course in college, and it said that All in the Family is that.
Well, it's okay.
Which university was that, by the way? Which Ivy League university was
Brooklyn College.
Oh, well, God, known for all the
That was also before Sopranos.
Right, and that was my argument. So he and Brody was trying to tell me it's MASH. Scary was trying to tell me it's this stuff. And I said, when you guys decided these things, or when these things were decided by critics, a lot of these TV shows weren't even out yet. So I think if you were to reassess, things would probably change and be different now.
I think, yes. We've had 20 years removed of TV that have gone on since I took those courses. So
Hold on, I lost my logo.
Oh no!
There you go.
Hey, there it is. But
Okay, continue, please.
all I was saying was that there was a reason why a group of shows were listed, and why they were critically acclaimed. Now, again, I'm taking my personal feelings out of it, but they, like, for instance, I Love Lucy, one of the most groundbreaking TV shows of all time because it introduced the 3-camera setup for television.
Okay, look at something. Scary, what year did you take these courses? Who?
Yep, 1996. Yeah.
Okay, now, and so the people who were teaching those courses were how old at that time?
At that time, oh my goodness, it was my parents' generation. Yeah, they're probably now in their 70s.
So the critics you're talking about, versus the critics of today, I mean, 4 generations difference.
Right.
So you can see why there's a difference of opinion.
Well, my mind is open. I'm sure that there's a whole grouping. If this class was being taught today, other shows would be on that list.
Well, Elvis, if I could play devil's advocate. So I had said I thought MASH was one of the greatest shows, and I said Sopranos in my mind is like top 20, right? And Gandhi's thought was, and correct me if I'm wrong, was that MASH is really old and that for its time it was great, but a lot has come since then where it may not be considered a top show. Well, Sopranos is 15 years old. So by that logic, there's 15 years of shows that are better or newer in a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
So
there's another thing to consider is these shows from I Love Lucy to MASH to Sopranos versus now when you have 8,000 more ways of getting content. So you have 8,000 more ways of getting different types of content and writing and producing and directing. It's a whole different world now.
Yeah, sure.
Back I Love Lucy, there were 3 networks that were available.
Exactly.
That's you didn't have any streaming. You had nothing else. I Love Lucy, I'm a huge fan, so I'm not dissing.
And I'm not trying to take away from groundbreaking because, of course, things that started, back whenever they started, they were groundbreaking. They were very different than anything that we have now. So groundbreaking is one thing, but to say something is the best show, I think that that's a totally different argument.
The word best is an opinion.
Right.
So you're right. Yes, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but you could say the same about like sports. Like Babe Ruth is considered one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He's not in physical shape where he could have survived in today's game, but he's still considered one of the greatest hitters of all time, even though today's bad players are probably better than he would be.
So maybe he should be considered a groundbreaking player.
No, I think if you're the greatest like Muhammad Ali was the greatest in his era, but to say there's been boxers since Muhammad Ali doesn't take away from the fact that Muhammad Ali may be the greatest boxer of all time. Simply because he did it 50 years ago doesn't take that away. Is what was my point was.
I think the GOAT conversation is just stupid at the end of the day because there's never going to be an answer. It's everybody's opinion, but everybody wants to force that this is the greatest of all time.
Unless you're Tom Brady, then you're just
or unless you went to Brooklyn College. That's like the World Council on all things goat.
Meanwhile, they don't teach the difference between a cow and a bull.
That's right.
But for TV shows, couldn't you just go by ratings? Couldn't that prove it?
No, because even that changes over time because there used to be 3 networks. So everybody was watching the same stuff, and those numbers are going to be way higher than now when you have Netflix and all of these different things.
And Sopranos was HBO, didn't have ratings really, so...
Yes, and what, MASH got 70 million people to watch the finale, and compared to that now, like... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, after MASH, nobody watches TV the way they used to. See? Greatest show ever.
Well, so there's that.
Yeah. But seriously, Denver pizza?
I think Mr. Bean might be up there.
I love me some
for
Mr.
sure.
Bean. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I used to give Danielle such crap over Mr. Bean. She would come in here, oh my God, I saw the new Mr. Bean movie. I'm like, oh, Lord.
I thought those little shorts that used to be on PBS were funny. The Mr. Bean thing when he was in the little car at the amusement park and the diper flew in his face with the shit all over.
Oh, my God, yes.
It's very funny. I don't understand.
Yeah, but how do you compare that to All in the Family? Seriously. A show that was a watershed moment that covered racism and politics and all this and a bigot on TV and the
Well, you're talking about making social comment versus just being entertained.
Right,
I mean, there's room for all of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
Sometimes you don't want to think. You want to watch a Mr. Bean show. And
that's
just
usually me. I love that stuff.
Not thinking?
Yeah. I like funny, like slapstick things.
Funny like a clown.
But all kidding aside, when was the last time Scary watched television? He doesn't watch television.
I watch SNL.
He studied it.
He studied it.
He studied it. Ask him his favorite shows. He doesn't watch anything.
It's all in the textbook. It's all good. Well, anyway, so there's that. As you can tell, we're all kind of testy today. We had a testy show. We put some thoughts out there that people disagreed with, and it was great. I just like sitting back and just lighting the fire and watching the fireworks go.
Well, the food fight continues to this moment on the text messages that we were having earlier or on the radio. Yeah. Crazy.
You know, it just goes to show that, everyone has their opinion, and you can't really always always believe in other people's opinion according to your opinion. You all have a thing you like. It's no big deal. Yeah. But I hope you'd never really discount someone else's opinion, because they may actually have an opinion that could be worth listening to.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you something.
Sorry.
I think that I might be able to go down to a medium. This shirt's a large, and it's big.
He's so excited.
Yeah.
How much have you lost, Scott?
Like 12 pounds.
You look great.
That's great. You look really, really good, Scotty.
You gave it to me.
Yeah, right. But I've never worn a medium shirt in my life, I don't think. Very excited.
I mean, you had to have worn a medium, right? You didn't automatically go from a small to a large.
I think I went from small to extra large. That was my life.
You can be a fat kid and then a fat toddler, a teenager.
Husky. The word is husky.
Yeah, husky.
They don't use the word husky anymore for kids' clothes.
Portly?
That's from back in the All in the Family days, Scary.
What's the word? Jolly?
Jolly.
Jolly.
Fun-loving.
When I was a kid,
vertically enhanced.
It was the husky department.
Yeah, it was husky. Yeah.
I used to shop at the Huskies on 4 in
go to
Alexander's. Huskies on 4.
There was a whole floor of huskies?
Yeah, they made you go up to the 4th floor to burn off some of the weight.
It was actually,
gosh,
it was
Brody.
less pieces of clothing, but they had used more cloth space. It's larger. Anyway, so there's that.
The Husky was always more money. Why was that? Why?
Because you're paying for more material,
He used
fatso.
more material.
Brody, be nice.
Well, he's not fat now. I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. Don't.
Yeah, he is.
Nice.
That's discriminatory.
Well, it wasn't.
The larger size has to pay. You got to pay more money.
No, that actually totally makes sense. Just like the smaller sizes should pay
Guys,
less.
they didn't teach that in Brooklyn College.
That's right.
Like I buy kids' shoes. They shouldn't be the same
No.
price as adult shoes. They're
And
kid
they're not.
sizes.
They're usually not.
Scary,
They aren't.
there's double the fabric in like a XXX, and there isn't a small, so it's pretty much 2 small shirts.
Exactly. When we buy T-shirts to give away, I think it's what, double X, the price goes up?
They do
right?
cost large?
Yeah.
Yes,
Cost
it goes
more?
up.
Okay. I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure at brooklynboys.bigcartel.com, our double X shirts are,
Oh God.
are more money than the large and the smalls.
Oh, my God.
We're gonna get a bill for that, Brody.
Hey, look, this has been a lot of fun.
I love shows like this.
Are we done?
We're done.
Sure.
Okay, we're done. Well, goodbye.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Mean it.
Yeah.